Hi, Anthony.
Well, hello, Melissa. How are you today?
I'm doing good.
You know what I'm looking forward to today? You know what's going to make today a great day?
What?
I and we are going to learn more about you today.
And you as well, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have some questions provided to us from staff that
This is
want
from
to know.
staff?
Yes, this is from staff.
I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous.
I don't know if I'm more nervous about sharing about myself or about learning more about you. We're going to have to see where this goes.
We'll see where it goes.
We'll see where it goes.
All right. So who's going first? Should I? No, I'm going to ask yours first. We're going to ask Anthony's first. Okay, this one's a good one.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody. This is good.
Okay.
What is your dream vacation destination and why?
This is going to sound cheesy.
Okay.
But my dad was born and raised in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
My mom's family's Italian from Italy.
Mm-hmm.
And so my dream vacation is going to be to go to Italy with my parents and the kids. And we want to see Italy generally, but I really want my kids to go to the town where my dad was born and raised.
Oh, that's
with my
awesome.
dad, so we can learn a little bit more about his childhood and his childhood experiences, and learn some distant relatives that we've never met before.
Yeah.
And so so it's a beautiful country that we want to visit from a vacation vantage point anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But my dad was born and raised in a little mountain town called Montefeltro.
Mm-hmm.
My dream vacation is to do that.
So, are there tickets for like your leadership staff to attend as well? Like,
I don't know if follow-up questions are allowed. I think the rules of today were no follow-up questions.
Fair point.
So we're gonna have to.
Okay. All right. So then it's my turn.
Oh, so we have a layup because I think I know the answers to this.
What is this one?
Do you have a pet or pets? What kind and what are his or her their names?
Everybody knows, of course. I do have two. I have two dogs. And the one that people probably have seen more than they want to is Chloe. So Chloe is the oldest. She's a Yorkie poo. So she's 8 pounds, but like 5,000 pounds of personality. And then the baby is Furious. And he's this giant schnauzer, giant black schnauzer, who is absolutely beautiful. So yes, they're very spoiled. They get special meals. They have special beds. Chloe has coats and jackets for when she goes out because you have to have that. So yes, I am a total dog mom. I love my dog. Okay, so here's the next point.
Okay.
What is your favorite movie? And I know you're not a big movie person.
You know what?
So
I will tell you, don't ask me about the Netflix shows or what's on who I'm not good with that.
There were some classics I've asked you about and you hadn't seen.
I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of it. But I'm told it can't be a New Year's resolution to watch more TV.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna have to do it on my own. So don't watch a lot of TV. Don't get to watch a lot of movies. But I will tell you, my current favorite, hands down, is Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, the new one.
Right?
I haven't seen the new one.
It's amazing. And so my kids, I always talk about growing up and different things. And so for me, Top Gun was when I was a kid. It was a big movie. It was a big deal.
Yeah.
And this was an opportunity where the challenge of it not having, having the sequel happen for so long, to me, from a dad perspective, was amazing.
Right.
Because it was an opportunity for me to say, okay, I'm going to take you to see. So we watched it all together as a family. We watched Top Gun. And then I said, okay, and they sort of made fun of it. And I said, now we're going to go see the Top Gun Maverick. And not only did they love it, and I loved it, but my kids have all seen it at least 3 times.
Oh, wow.
They're being nice to you here. This is an easy one.
Okay.
What is your favorite, dramatic pause, food? I'm going to see if I get it wrong. I'll tell you at the end if I get it wrong.
So, it's funny. And this is an interesting question, so thank you, team. It almost depends on my mood. So if I'm feeling nostalgic for home, because I'm originally from Louisiana, so I was born and raised in Louisiana. So if I just feel like around the holidays, or I'm just feeling really like I want to feel connected to my family, it's all about Southern foods. So I will, for no reason, cook this giant pot of gumbo.
Do it. Do it.
I'll make some jambalaya. It'll just be totally, and my husband loves it because I'll just like cook all this stuff for no reason. I'll fry some catfish, and it's just that feel. And of course, put hot sauce on everything. That's required. So this one should be interesting. Okay. I'm very curious about the same thing.
Which is getting me very nervous.
And I'm not curious about a lot, but I'm very curious about this one. What's one, not the best, but it can be the top. What's one of your favorite bands?
Okay, I am, when it comes to music, I'm a mood music guy. I have a very, very diverse, eclectic, love of music. I love all types of music. But if I was going to have to say what band or bands are my favorite, I tend to fall back on like Matchbox 20. I
can see that.
I remember listening to them when I was in grad school, and they sort of would just bring me to a different place, distract me from it a little bit. So I would say I'm going to go with Matchbox 20. If I'm in a little bit more of a energized mood, I'll go Blink 182.
Okay.
If I'm feeling sort of nostalgic, and I want to think of the kids, I might put on like a Josh Groban. Fun fact, for my 50th birthday, my wife took me to see Josh Groban in concert. Back past, so I was able to meet him, which most everyone's probably laughing at right now. I listened to him with the kids when they were growing up, and he would relax the kids, and so but I love music. It's one of my ways of sort of stress reducing.
Okay, all right.
So wait, don't look, can't look. I have to deliver it in a very important, special way. What is your favorite place that you've traveled to, and why?
Okay, so this is funny because I realized as you asked that, I don't go many places. Sorry, team, I am like probably the most boring person. Now,
she travels for work. She's doing a presentation on all sorts of subject matter areas for work.
I don't do that. Like I do. I've gone to like all these beautiful places, San Francisco, all these places, and I've heard that they're really beautiful, and I don't get out enough. But I think that I'll say this: it's not really when I go to these places that they're so beautiful and wonderful, because we have a lot of beautiful places around this country, and even outside of this country. But what I enjoy the most are people. So I am such a people person that I really do enjoy like just sitting and either watching, not in a creepy way, but like just kind of like watching people and taking them in. And because people tell you so much about themselves without even realizing it, so it's really cool. But then just to talk to folks. And the quirkier, the better. Okay, Anthony. I think I might know the answer to this. Again, I think I might know.
But I have to change my answer now. Though.
Yeah, I know. But see, that's why I'm not going to tell you the direction that I'm going in. All right, would you rather cook, order delivery, or go out to eat? Cook, order delivery, or go out to eat?
Oh my God, I have like such a cop-out answer.
It
depends.
It depends. I knew you were going to say that. Like, well, what will you be more likely to do? Like an average week?
If it's breakfast and it's a weekend, I like cooking for the kids.
Okay.
Just something, not cooking, like I will make toast, but I can tell you, I do the best even distribution of butter, cream cheese, anything. Oh yeah.
Nice.
If we're making a sandwich, I know I do good with breakfast.
Okay.
Other meals get a little more complicated and they take a little bit different type of energy, so I would say, depends on the week. So many of my weeks are like these long days, like 14-hour days.
Yep.
And so the idea of just being at home, and Alicia just carries so much responsibility because of my schedule. Yeah. And so there are some pretty wonderful meals we have, and we just, I'll just pick up some food, take it home, and we'll all sit around the table. And Alicia didn't have to worry about doing all the preparation of it. I didn't have to worry about doing the preparation of it, but we all get to eat. Yeah. And so I'm gonna go with that one.
That one? Okay. All right.
All right.
What you got?
What was your favorite team? I'm asking these questions trying to figure out what my answer would be. That is not the point. They didn't ask me this. They asked you this, so I'm going to hold my answer.
It's my question.
This is your question, and you want to own it. What was your favorite TV show growing up?
Oh my gosh. Okay, first of all, this is going to totally date me, because I know I'm going to say stuff and you're like, what? All right, so one of my favorite shows, and the one that comes to mind when you say that, Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny, like, hands down. I know, hands down, because, and it still resonates with me because it reminds me of Saturday mornings. Okay, back in the day, for those of you who may not know, cartoons were only on Saturday mornings, right?
Oh yeah.
Right, so you wanted to get up as early as you could on Saturday so you could really take in even the Hanna-Barbera cartoons that weren't the best.
Or the Smurfs at 7:30, whatever it was.
So you had to get as many cartoons as you could. But my favorite, of course, was for many years, like even now, because they have the Looney Tunes, like you can kind of catch them on streaming, I would watch Bugs Bunny. But my mom would be in the kitchen, she'd be making us pancakes, and I can still almost taste them. So I can smell the pancakes. My sister and I would be be sitting in front of the television, like watching as many of the cartoons as we could, but Bugs Bunny was always the best. So I would say Bugs Bunny, only because I still watch it. Shh, don't tell anybody. I still watch it, and then other shows would be like Knight Rider. So I was like all the like Don't judge me.
Oh, you need to travel to Germany because it's like
He's huge, right?
Oh my God.
Yes, Knight Rider, especially the episode with New Edition in it. That was like the best. And so, but I like almost like Fantasy Island, like Lumbo. So those kind of like fantasy things kind of get away, but always and still to this day, I will watch Bugs Bunny.
There's something to be said about not having as many options as we do now.
I know, that's true.
But
you can never find anything on television now. We have like hundreds of channels, and I still can't find anything to watch.
I hear you.
I know.
Yeah.
So all right, Anthony, this is a pretty cool question from the staff, and I think it's really going to make you kind of, it's making me think. You know, I know it's going to make you think too, you know. What aspects, that's right, that's a good one. That's a really good one. What aspects of what you wanted to be when you grew up are present and integrated into who you are today in your daily life? So if you think about who you wanted to be when you grew up, how much of that do you see in who you are today in your daily life?
Wow.
Right? That's a really cool question. I don't know who asked that. That's pretty deep.
That is. Well, you know what? And in a very humbled way, I speak pretty freely about this. I talk with a lot of our new team members when they come on board about my history and my why. And I'm in this position where I'm able to have my professional career be an expression of what my values and my personal mission are. You know, having grown up with a lot of different, you know, challenges confronting my family, and knowing that, you know, I would have liked to have seen our family come through it a little bit differently, maybe with a different level of support, you know, and maybe a different level of success, honestly. For me, I was able to sort of make a commitment to try and be a part of a better solution for more kids and families and community members. And so, in a very real way, every time I jump out of bed in the morning to come to work, it's an expression of that kid that I was growing up, my family, my values, and what it is that I'm looking, you know, not only for myself and those I love, but those that I maybe never even met, and that we're providing services for that I still might not meet, but are still being impacted by Acenda. That's one of the most cherished gifts I have in life, is that I get to live my purpose.
That's wonderful.
So many emotional. If I talk too much about it, it's a very deeply personal thing for me.
Yeah. Was that helpful what I just did there?
That was, you know, especially my brow might have gotten a little sweaty from that. So thank you for that.
No problem.
All right, let's see if I have an equally deep.
Oh gosh, I'm nervous.
Yes, this one is a good thing.
Oh gosh.
Okay. All right. So it's not just me. Okay. When did you know that you, Melissa Fox, wanted to be a part of the behavioral health lane of healthcare? Was there a pivotal moment?
You know, there was a time of my life that came to mind when you said it. And similar to you, Anthony. You know, didn't have the rosiest childhood growing up. Saw a lot, was around a lot, experienced a lot. And I don't know if I ever attached it specifically to behavioral health. And I've shared this with you, right? Didn't necessarily attach it specifically to behavioral health, but I knew that seeing what I saw, and you know, saw domestic violence, saw substance use disorder, saw, you know, alcoholism and drug abuse and just all kinds of stuff. And I knew that wasn't what people should have to experience. And I knew that there had to be a way that, you know, people were connected better to supports and care, because I saw what happened when it didn't. And so a part of that stayed with me for many, many years, and it still does, because you know, right? We share that. That's part of our bond. And so, so even though I don't think that it was a specific behavioral health, because I don't think that in my, you know, vocabulary back then I would have been able to give voice to that. But I knew that people needed help. People like people in my family, that they needed help in a way that was more than what they got. And whatever that needed to look like, and whatever that needed to be, I wanted to help to build it. All right, so I think that we're coming to the end. I think this is the last one for us. But I think it's an important one. Where do you hope to see Acenda in 5 years? If you were to take out your the magic looking glass,
Wow.
and you see Acenda in 5 years, what do you see?
Wow. That is an incredible question.
And that's not easy.
It's one I'm going to answer now, and then I'm going to be contemplating and thinking about
So
probably throughout the day. You know, I think in a very clear way, I think our mission is so critical. And I think the importance of our mission within the communities we serve is never going to go away. I think it's always going to need to be there and be at the, I think quite honestly, it needs to be more at the forefront of what it is that we as a society and we as a community are looking to do to support some of our most vulnerable and to help them to live and achieve their greatest potential. Oh, okay, so here you go. Where do you see? They heard a little about where I see us. Where do you see Acenda in 5 years?
Ditto. No, that pop out answer. Okay, so
and cut tape, we're good.
Good. No, I mean, I would say 100% everything that you said, really staying at the forefront and everything that means. The only thing I would add to that would be our teams and helping them continue to feel empowered and a part of the conversation. I think that, we're doing a good job with that. I want to do a great job with it. And the only way that we do that is to continue to hear people's voices and engaging them at different levels and for our folks to understand that you are a leader. Regardless of where you are in the agency, regardless of what you're doing, you are not only a leader in this agency, but you're a leader in the community as it relates to care. And so even taking that mission that we have, that manifests itself in the services that we provide, and having that bloom and become even bigger, not in a way that they feel burdened, right? I mean, we're not looking for people to feel burdened and to carry more than they can, but as much as they can, and as much as they're willing to, and as much as their why drives them to really be able to take all of that energy, that passion, that power, those competencies that we have, and be that we're all proud of, and then have that manifest itself in something that's so beautiful and that allows us to do everything that you just said.